The developer decided to build a playground in my neighborhood and placed it right outside my house. Oh, you mean right outside your house? Huh, I don't even know what to say there, but that is beyond intimately close. The fact that they didn't even consult you about the gate. The gate, dude. Well, no more having relaxing evenings on your back garden or whatever the hell that's called. Got a ticket for an expired inspection. Not my car, not my state, different make, model, and color, but we have the exact same license plate number. Huh, that's interesting. How do you fight that? What does a screen protector have to do with AI? Oh, nothing. They just know that a 65-year-old who thinks it's the future is going to read this and go, oh, that means it's better. Trying to find the age and gender of my child on this survey. Please indicate the age and gender of your child or children. Boy age 6, girl age 6, boy age 10, boy age 2, boy age 8, girl age 5, girl age 3, male teen aged 14, male teen age 15, boy age 5, girl age 2, boy age 9, girl age 9, boy age 1, boy age 7, girl age 1, boy age 11, female teen age 13, female teen age 17. That is probably the actual worst I've ever seen for organization. There's definitely worse out there. But as far as what I have seen, I don't think anything beats how absolutely random this is. So arbitrarily stupid. I can use arbitrary, right? Right? Is that okay? Someone yelled at me a long time ago for that. And then I, showed them the dictionary definition of the word, and they still yelled at me for it. So I don't know what to do anymore, if I'm being honest. Oh my God, there's so much more. Let's see. Boy age 12, boy under age 1. Okay, gotcha. Girl under age 1, girl age 10. Okay, we could do this all day. This is insane though, right? Creepy AI video of dead man forgiving his own killer played in court. Oh, I know exactly what this is. And it's so much worse than this title is telling you. It really is. Yeah, AI of murdered Chris Pelkey makes his own impact statement at sentencing. A court first with judge. It wasn't even necessarily the disgusting nature of it being bringing a dead man back to life. It was the bringing the dead man back to life to flaunt his now digital corpse, to forgive the person, and the judge felt it was genuine and let it affect sentencing. Absolutely disgusting and abhorrent in so many ways. And dare I say pathetic? The judge that allowed that should not be a judge anymore. I think we can all, at the very least, agree on that one, right? Right. I've been saving a special bottle of alcohol that I've never opened for 6 years, which I took from my grandfather's cabinet after he died. I even brought it with me when I moved countries. My alcoholic new flatmate drank the whole thing after promising me he wouldn't touch it. The brand no longer exists. That is awful. That does suck. I'd be really pissed off too, okay? Because it is a priceless thing, right? It was the last remnant of a loved one. They don't make it anymore. You wouldn't even be able to properly price, like monetarily, what would this friend, or I guess probably ex-friend, owe you. That being said, if you knew beforehand that someone was an alcoholic or a recovering alcoholic, and you let them know about this thing, because clearly he said, I promise not to drink it. He knew about it. You clearly made it known, or it was known because you kept it in a place where he would have access. I would not have kept this just wherever if it was really special. I don't mean to blame you. Dude shouldn't have drank it. Dude was an asshole. I really don't. It's just, I don't know. I personally would have taken more steps to make sure the alcoholic that I lived with, because you can't trust them when they say that disease does not let them dictate when and where they drink. It's just all the time, brother. That's what being an alcoholic is all about. I would know. But of course, if I were the one who did this, absolutely. All on me. All on him. Douchebag. Totally get it. Probably find a new roommate and then maybe get this guy some help or help him get some help. These ants are eating away the paint on my wall. But at least they're doing it in a really cool way. I know it sucks to have to look at things like this. Looking at the glass half full can be incredibly obnoxious sometimes. At least I think so. I think it's annoying shit. Every now and then I like to see it half empty because I want to be drinking from that motherfucker. All right? I want to be drinking from this thing. Okay? That doesn't make any sense. I don't know where I'm going with that point actually at all, but that's okay. That's okay. They just keep on keeping on. It's weird that it's all segmented. Like they're finding specific spots to create little islands, so to speak. The way they were doing it, it kind of looked like they were mimicking how they build their giant nests, the holes in the ground, whatever you want to call them. Their homes, ant houses, I kind of figured they would all be connected, but they're finding specific spots, eating away at what feels like a random amount or pattern or direction and then finding a new spot. I would assume that you've called pest control by this point and are trying to get to the bottom of the situation. Hopefully, there's no more to worry about. It is very interesting though. Wow. They just see that. Look at that. That's what I expected. The one on the bottom is what I would have expected a lot more of than what we've been shown. You know, a little more intricate, connected. It feels structured for the most part. When it comes to ants, it feels structured, but the rest, I don't know. Went to Spencer's with my mom, greeted to these shirts. So tired of seeing autism treated like a quirky trait. Me too, honestly. And no, I'm not gonna say any more on that. I just agree. I do agree. My bitch got autism. Autism with that. Oh, you can't spell autism without you and I. Autism is my superpower. Big tism energy. Please be patient. I have autism. I do agree with you, obviously, but I guess up to a certain point, because for me, I am allowed to express how I feel about being on the spectrum however I choose. Now, I would obviously not do that in a way that would make somebody else uncomfortable or something. Like, I wouldn't be wearing my bitch got autism around town, okay? But if I wanted to, I would absolutely wear please be patient, I have autism, or big tism energy. But that's just me, all right? Not that someone else would have to like it, and not like I would buy these if I saw them, because I wouldn't. They're not really that funny. Those were just the only two that made me think, they're less stupid than the others are, you know? But we all are allowed to make that decision, okay? So just, it's okay. It's all right. Believe me, right now, this is just a fad. The whole let's pretend it's a quirky thing is just a fad, a way for certain people to discredit what it's actually like to have it in one way or another. Or, you know, the standard old, I have it because I want to seem cool, which is weird. That's always been weird, and it's always existed. TSA went through my stuff and ripped up my Patrick Warburton autograph. What? Dude, that's such bullshit, man. I cannot believe it. Strictly and specifically through the clear autograph. That's actually insane to me. So lame, man. And it probably cost you a little bit, because when you go to these conventions, I know not every celebrity does it, but a lot of them will donate at least a portion of the proceeds that you pay to get these autographs to charities and stuff like that. Some of them donate all of it. Shit. I mean, as long as they get to go for free, yeah, I'd do the same thing. And it is pretty expensive. I know that when I saw Elijah Wood and the other hobbits at the Denver Comic-Con, the one time they all went together, I think each one was like $100 or something like that, maybe a little less. And I got it. Okay, I get it. I do not fault them for that. This is stupid, because you know damn well the TSA agent knew exactly what they were doing. They may not have recognized the signature, the character, the quote, whatever, but they don't care. They just know that one part of this is specifically important and decided to ruin that for you. You know what? Here's what we'll go with. We'll go with they recognized every bit of it and went, well, if I can't have a Patrick Warburton autograph, nobody can have a Patrick Warburton autograph. Okay? All right, let's move on. My wife puts buttered bread into the toaster. All right. Does she clean it? And I mean, actually, it doesn't look like she does, right? Look, you have to clean your appliances anyway. I'm that guy. I bitched about this more than enough. But if you're gonna improperly, and that could potentially be unsafe, right? Because once it melts in there, butter's a bit of a liquid. And I don't like liquid next to exposed coils, exposed heat coils, electronics, whatever the hell, man. Not that it has the same energy as putting a fork in there, but you know what I'm getting at. Is she cleaning this damn thing? Honestly, I'm gonna be very honest with you here. That toaster, with her using it like this, is cleaner than any other toaster I've seen that's been in use for longer than a week. Not a joke. So you know what? I think my question has been answered. Absolutely. She cleans up better than 99% of us would. I always tell the phlebotomist that I bruise easily, so they can use a smaller needle and allow me to apply pressure immediately. She responded with, "You'll be fine." It was not fine. I love that. Hey, through the patterns I've had throughout my life doing this procedure, this is what we should do to avoid pain and annoyance for me. Shut up. I know what I'm doing. You don't know me as good as I know me. Even if you are, never mind. What happened? Oh, yep, of course. I would have complained, and I hope you did. I really hope you rubbed that in. You'll be fine. Shut the fuck up. That's not how this works. Look, I know there are a ton of unruly patients out there, people that think they know better because they Google stuff really well. But I feel like if you as the patient say, look, I bruise really easily, could you use a smaller needle like a lot of people have done for me in the past because it helps me out? The response should be, oh yeah, absolutely, not, you'll be fine. Of course, I'm like projecting or whatever, having her say it like that. Buffet just opened at my sister's wedding, and they immediately are packing food to take it home? Well, that's an interesting strategy. Look, I get it. I feel like at the end of the night, you should ask about this. Like, look, man, do you mind if we steal some for the road? You know what I mean? But you should not be gunning for it the second that happens. That's not really cool. Just wait a little bit. Once it starts to dwindle, then bug people about it. That shouldn't be that hard. It shouldn't be this hard ever. Now, should it? All right, we're gonna do the rest of the EmKay video ASMR style. I'm kidding. We're not gonna do that. Yeah, that is lame. That is. Hey, look, at least it's your family and very close friends, so you can yell at them. That's not difficult, right? These bastard buttons that I have only ever pressed accidentally. Okay, wait. Bastard buttons literally? Or are you just calling these, because I haven't looked at them yet, I'm guessing, I like to guess sometimes. Are these actually bastard buttons? Or are these buttons that you're calling bastards because, you know, you keep accidentally bat fingering them or whatever you want to call it? I see. They are figurative bastard butt. Like, why the f do I need a Spotify button on my TV remote? I'm gonna be that guy. I know there's definitely a group of folks out there that will use Spotify on their TV. I know we have on rare occasions, but that's just because we're also audio dorks and know how to connect up audio without the TV on. And who the hell is using Prime? I'm kidding. Prime Video spot. They're all fine. They're just overpriced and stupid. I'm including Spotify in that too. Although I will say Spotify has held off in a lot of other ways that the other companies truly have not. Particularly you, Mr. Netflix. Good Lord. And also, I'm sorry. I just got to make fun of Apple TV Plus for having the stupidest fucking name in the business. Thank you, Disney, for ruining streaming names forever. Disney Plus, Apple TV Plus. When's Prime Video Plus coming down the line? Everything. Plus, look, I get it, but holy crap, at least Netflix was a fire name. Internet movies, internet flicks, that's genius. No one else could come up with anything, and so now we've got Glorpos, Boom Booms, Magongos. It's literally on Hebe. It's on Tabubu. Really? I was decorating cakes and left the kitchen for 30 seconds. All right, let's see if we can figure this one out. Was it a dog that ate it, cat that ate it, just animal that ate stuff? Did someone come in and cut themselves a piece? Did someone come in and take a bite? If I had to guess, in the way that things are mildly infuriating, I would say someone came in and like just scooped a chunk out of the cake. Oh my God, I was so correct. So correct. Dude, I'm finding the son of a bitch. I am gonna find you, okay? Didn't even get to the cake to actually decorate it before you came in and helped yourself to something that I know you didn't ask permission to do. I know you did not ask, okay? I mean, duh. We know that. Duh. All right? I'm gonna hunt you down, and I am gonna make you sleep in the driveway on the asphalt with paper towels for blankets for a week, okay? Was the original cat too ugly for internet points or what? Why make an unnecessary AI copy of a cat? Also, that's a fun way of spelling original. I'm sorry, I know that's not the point at all. That's interesting. Okay. All right. Back home after morning walk. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't see how the image on the right is inherently better in any way, shape, or form. Because it is higher resolution, right? It is. By a decent margin, sure. But it's still a really low resolution, shitty looking image. So what was the point, right? It's no better. To me, it sort of feels like a significantly toned down version of, say, the live action remake of a movie. For instance, the live action remake of How to Train Your Dragon. Yeah, it does look exactly like the original movie. So why am I gonna go watch it? Is it going to be better than the original? No, it's a shot-for-shot remake. How is it inherently better? The answer is always, it is not. It seems to be some kind of, I don't know, some tax bullshit. This is lame, okay? We're gonna keep using the crappier looking image on the right. And by crappier, I mean lower resolution, but inherently a real photograph. My mom says we don't have enough money, but I catch her giving thousands of dollars monthly to a mega church. Okay, whoa, no wait, hang on, let's take a look, because I know they're not donating to the super mega church, all right? So hold on, let's see. All right. Thank you for your most recent gift of $600. You can print a receipt from this page. And that's what it looks like. That's the button for, wow, that looks awesome. They make they make a ton. Actually, we're gonna see if we can get a figure on this for Bill Winston Ministries. Let's see here. So that was $600. Contribution details, general offering 30 missions. Oh, I see. This is the breakdown. breakdown of what they're gonna use it for. Is that what it is? $30 for that, $100 for missions, $30 partner offering, $300 to tithes. Never understood the idea of tithes, by the way. That seems antithetical to the entire point of any organized religion, but whatever. Building fund, okay. Media/broadcast, airplane fund, there it is, and 10 city tour. So at least $60 of this went to their private jet so that they can preach the word of God, because you can't do that in Coach. We've heard that before. We know you can't. Let me look at this really quick. I want to see if we can get a rough number on what Bill Winston Ministries pulls in. Roughly. Okay. Now, of course, whenever you look up stuff like this, you got to take these numbers with a grain of salt because you never really know. But let's see. ProPublica.org, nonprofit organizations. And this is, yes, that's, yeah, okay, cool. Would you look at that? Bill Winston Ministries, the earliest numbers, or the most recent numbers I could find from one Google search, fiscal year ending 2020. Their revenue of $22,762,000.916. $12.8 million is claimed as expenses, okay, and net income of $9.8 million. Again, these are some pretty rough numbers here. Let's see here. Percent of total revenue contributions, $20 million. So if these numbers are to be believed, just from this one quick look, $20 million was given to them by the pews, by the folks. Your mom is unfortunately part of something I really wish people would stop being a part of. I don't know. It just drives me nuts. Why the f do they need an airplane? They don't. Email from my daughter's school. These kids. All right, let's see. TikTok trend. Okay, not how it's spelled, but okay. We are aware of the TikTok trend involving students inserting small metal objects such as paper clips, push pins, pencil lead, etc. into the charging ports of their Chromebooks. This can result in creating sparks, fires, and/or battery punctures, all of which can cause serious injury and damage. After this message, if a student chooses to participate in this inappropriate behavior, the student may be charged the replacement fee for a new one. Good. Additionally, the student will face disciplinary action in the form of out-of-school suspension. We are asking for your support in speaking with your child about the dangers of this behavior. Look, they're more professional than I would have been, okay? If this were a trend, I'd be like, hey, parents, do your fucking job and tell your kids to stop being little shitheads. They're not stupid. They are doing this on purpose to be jackasses. They know it's going to destroy the expensive equipment. I know Chromebooks are like probably $20 a pop for schools or whatever at this point, man, right? But that's still stuff that everybody needs to use. Everybody needs to share that resource, and folks are apparently destroying it for a TikTok trend. Just stop. Father-in-law decided to test all my fire extinguishers. Now all of them need to be replaced. So he tested them until they were empty? Or were they already like right on the edge of empty? I'm assuming, like with most people who have fire extinguishers, and you should have at least a couple. We have like 3 at our house because that's just smart, okay? I would assume that they were full, or, right in the middle, right where they should be. But it does suck that he decided to test them. But what did he even test them on? Where did he go to do this? Like into the woods? Like at a corner of your garage? Look, we used one fire extinguisher one time for a very, very, very tiny little flame in our oven because some food got left in there and it, lit on fire, a little tiny baby fire in there. It took me 2 days to clean out all the powder, okay? And that was just from one little spritz, one little spurt, you know what I'm saying? So what the hell did he do? I want to see the aftermath of this test. I have to pay a $20 fee every time I pay for rent. This is the sort of thing that needs to be illegal yesterday. Illegal. No. I don't care what, look, we got credit card, debit card, bank account, and Discover. Every single option aside from me handing some dude cash or a check is a $20 fee. A platform fee. No. This is what some people who are technically savvy should be finding a way to take down. Well, let's hack these bitches, okay? Hack landlord platforms. No, there's no such thing as a platform fee. You invented that shit, okay? And I'm sorry, but rent needs to include all of the expenses you need to keep the place running. Not an extra $20 that I would cynically assume you're just pocketing for funsies. No. And no, Visa is not charging you $20. That is not how bad the fees are. Hell, if a bodega in the middle of goddamn nowhere can charge me like 30 cents, they're like, look, I just passed that on to the customer. Cool. You're not getting charged $19.95 to accept my rent, especially not from my bank account directly. No. I don't buy it. There weren't any chocolate chips in my ice cream, despite it clearly stating that it does. See, this is probably what I would say is the most accurate for this subreddit. This is perfect for this subreddit because while it is bullshit, there's no chocolate chip in your mint chocolate chip ice cream, which sucks and is false advertising, I might add, even though probably not really, because any other one on the shelf probably had it. I digress on that. Even though it sucks and it is false, you still have a whole tub of ice cream that's probably fine, right? Right? You know what I mean? Turkey Hill, though. I don't like the name Turkey Hill for ice cream. There's something wrong with that in my mind. Maybe it's because turkey, meat mixed with my delicious ice cream. I don't know. This rubs me the wrong way. And now after seeing this post, I'd be a little bit hesitant at buying that brand anyway. Nurses Week. I'd rather just be ignored, thank you. Nurses Week? They're not weak. They're anything but. Matches to light your fire when you're burnt out. Lifesaver to remind you of the times you have been one. Starburst for the burst of For the burst of energy you will need. Paperclip to hold it all together. Rubber band to remind you that flexibility is key. Tootsie Roll to help you roll with the punches. Oh my god, okay. I don't even really know what to say about stuff like this anymore. It feels so condescending, especially for what is arguably the most important job at the goddamn hospital. All right, without the nurses, doctors would be doing nothing. No one would be doing anything without the nurses who have to do all of the heavy goddamn lifting around the place. All right, and really, you're gonna hand me a bag with 2 pieces of candy and garbage? That's what it is. Let's call it what it is. It's a bag with 2 pieces of candy and trash. Thank you for the singular match, the singular paperclip, and the singular microscopically small rubber band. Thank you. Could I maybe get $5 more an hour? Could I maybe not work 180 hours a week? Or sorry, 400 hours a week? Sorry, 900 hours a week? Like, come on. They covered the $1.25 label with a $7 price sticker. Oh, okay. Yeah, nice. Where was this from? TJ Maxx. Okay, never going back there. Yeah. $1.25 though. Was that meant for like a Dollar Tree? I would assume, because everything at a Dollar Tree is $1.25 now, but I tell you, if I bought a $1.25 product that was meant for a Dollar Tree at a TJ Maxx, which is it is a discount store. It is a store much like Ross or something, where everything's meant to be a little bit cheaper, brand name or not, right? I don't know how that works. It just is. I'd still be pretty pissed. All right, I'm done being nice. I feel like that's very true, and we're about to get an earful. Oh, never mind. Okay. It's one of these. The neighbor has a spotlight that's brighter than God's left butthole, and you have to deal with it. That's insane. The only reason I would probably get all bent out of shape about something like this for, unless I was, say, having a get-together or whatever in the backyard, is if it was pointed directly at my bedroom window. If I have to go out and buy blackout curtains because of your ass, we're gonna have some problems. Just preparing for a visit from my parents. I've been a responsible homeowner for more than 10 years. Dad can't help but help. Dad, stop touching the water temp. Go f yourself. This is my f***ing house. Look, sometimes I get got, all right? And if anybody, dad or not, came into my goddamn house and told me to stop touching anything, and it's not like look, I understand he's probably not trying to be a dick. He's probably saying, well, this is why your bill's so high, or this is why your skin keeps burning off in the shower. You keep turning it up too high. Like you said, you've been a responsible homeowner for a long time. I'm sure you know how to handle the temperature of a water heater, for crying out loud. Your dad's got to stop pretending he knows everything. Look, I will say, your parents will know everything forever, just like you've known everything since you were 13. You'll know it forever, whether you have kids or not. We all know everything forever. Dad, yes, I changed the filter. Did he not tell you about any of this stuff? Because I think that would suck even more. Like if my dad said, yeah, just I changed your filter. I did some work around the house to help you out. Cool, man, that's awesome. But don't leave passive-aggressive notes on my equipment and then not tell me, because I'm going to go all the way down to the basement. I'm going to get out a new filter, probably take the plastic off and get ready. And then, thanks, Dad, but you should have told me about that one. Truck decided to update while I was getting fuel. While you were getting fuel. Wait, so this isn't even an electric truck? Excuse me. Whoa. Dude, that's insane, though. Backup camera, radio, SOS, and several driving assistance features will be unavailable during the update. Vehicle should not be driven. Dude, ooh, we need to stop this immediately, please. This has the same vibes as having Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connectivity on your wood, your fucking grill, your smoker, your wood-fired pizza oven. Apartment complex filled our pool with dirt, then raised the rent. Nice. So they got rid of something that is inherently costly to keep up, but fun for everybody, by filling it with dirt, and then raised the. That's cool. Yeah. So they're saving money and asking, or not. Sorry, they're not asking. They're demanding it legally. So they're saving money and demanding more from you. I thought for sure this was a joke, and the pictures were mislabeled. They're not. Huh. We love turning roadworks into a road that works with our construction partner, Fulton Hogan, on the Freggyburn Road upgrade. Take a trip down memory lane and witness the before and after on this incredible road transformation. Wow, it sure does look really similar. My brand new house has shingles peeling off after living here for only 2 weeks. Hasn't even been windy. Oh shit. Okay, not the type of peeling I was expecting to see. I thought it was going to be like they lied about the age of the roof, not lied about the qualified people that were supposed to nail that shit down. I spent 2 hours at school explaining this to 3 people, yet they still don't understand. If A equals B, C equals D, and A equals C, then A equals D. I could see why you might have had some trouble. I do understand it. Trust me, I actually do this time. But, well, client wants me to watch AI YouTube slop? Oh, that's cool. Homeless veteran on trial. Then the judge heard his name and stood up. Shut up. Am I a bad person for being upset that I won't get the tips that I worked hard for? No, you're not a bad person for that at all. Sending this to all employees. The pool tips we've gotten from the past month won't be distributed. Janice's mom just passed away, and they could use it more than we do at the moment. I wish you all a good day. Look, I get it. I do. However, making that unilateral decision for everyone is not cool. I will say, if you had just asked, if you went around and asked everybody, would you like to donate your share for this? Give them the choice. That's fine. And if anybody decides to be a shithead about someone saying no, then f them. Like, look, it's an obnoxious situation, but I would be pretty f***ing mad if I was voluntold that I don't get my extra money that I worked harder to earn. Because at the end of the day, that's what tips are supposed to be. You get extra money for going above and beyond. And it would really, really suck if you were just told, you're not getting those. Someone's mom died. I'm like, yeah, that f***ing sucks. Maybe she can take some, but you stole it all from me. You stole it all. If your manager, by the way, has the power to unilaterally go, none of you are getting your tips, we're doing this with it, it was never your money, and they're going to do this again to you.